It's week 1 of the National Football League, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Ravens and the Packers, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Baltimore Ravens and the Green Bay Packers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season. And these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And off we go from Lambeau. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll drop to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. On now is the Packers punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Hard throw, incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Amos, and he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They called that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
But I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
On now is the Packers punter, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. He'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Back to throw again. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And his kick is good. And that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll try and start this drive in the air, eluding the pressure right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 6-0 our score after 1. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. Up the middle they go. Amos. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They'll set up a throw. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Amos, able to avoid him. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They'll keep it on the ground. Amos. And down he goes at the 49. A 3-yard pickup. Here's a 2nd and 7. Flushed out right.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Intended for number 19.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And their two drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting sixes on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he fires one, but incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Give him 30 yards there.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
Looking to throw. Touchdown, Packers. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers are an extra point away now from moving out in front.
Extra point safely through. And they take the lead here at 7-6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. Maybe someday press it a little bit. This might be the case. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he's going to have a Ravens 1st down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens are once again back in front.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Takes it at the 7. And he returns this to the 22. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now back to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They're going to look to throw. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Second and 4. Forced out to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that will be incomplete. So 4th down coming up. John Harbaugh sent on the field goal unit from the left hash. This from 53 yards out. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead will hold at 6.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you said the other guy's up a great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The Packers with the football here late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Fells has it left side.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Over the middle, it's Fells. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. to throw now on first down. It's caught. Beckham.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Holding. Offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. They'll look to throw again. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. He'll drop to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And his kick is indeed good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Ravens. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a two-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
And both sides searching for adjustments. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. He'll look to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took him to the limits.
On second down now, Amos chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. On now is the Packers punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And I think really good defenders can sniff out those screen passes. Just something that they can feel, something that they can sense about how the quarterback drops back or how the linemen are just a little slow to block the oncoming rushers. He read it perfectly, got in there, and made the play.
And the next-gen stats, they tell the story as he was approaching 19 miles an hour on that one.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
He'll look to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
And the Packers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. 2nd and 9 now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and now we've got a 3rd and 3, and they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on. And this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 46 yards. And the Packers have taken a 4th quarter lead. A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game. And here, the turnover leads to a go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect the lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day 1 of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
An extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Beckham. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The Packers on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll run on first down. Amos. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. They'll set up to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the turnover, they'll look to take the lead here as they start with a 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now they'll run on the draw. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays. They will send this one away. No run back here, down to a 5. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown. Their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. On 2nd down, Amos. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I got to tell you,
the throw to his running back, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. On 2nd down now, Amos. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17. Another 34. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And this is caught by Fells, right side. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down. And they may be going backward here. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. That's caught by Jackson. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. First things first here, they got to pick up the first down.
And remember, it is 4th down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to tie things up in the final minute. And this one is right through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. Davis fighting. He loses the football. And I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines. You know.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And he'll be taken down after a gain of 8, and defensively they'll say you can have that.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. Looking to throw as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
They're going to look to throw. Here we go. This to avoid overtime. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And we have free football. Overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. On now is the Packers punter. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Ravens taking the field.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points. And now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
And now we've got a review here. All challenges in overtime, of course, initiated by the replay official here in the stadium. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their 2nd-year kicker. This to win it in overtime. And the defense is going to let him think about it a little as they use their 2nd timeout here. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it. This time doesn't work out. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tie. This being their 2nd opportunity in overtime, 3rd overall drive. See if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, If I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation. Now's their time.
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor, and it's a first down. On first down, Amos. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Right back to him on first down. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
On now is the Packers punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get into overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series, boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is throwing at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
Back to throw now on first down. He's got a man, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And now an all rest on the right foot of their kicker. From the left hash, this from 39. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And joy will reign in the Inner Harbor as the Ravens have won it.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for Baltimore, they needed overtime to do it, but they get the Week 1 victory thanks to the field goal. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they go down to defeat here in the open.